everyone, welcome back to PMP Study Hall. Today we're covering Contingency Reserve, Management Reserve, and Reserve Analysis. These mainly fall under Cost Management and Risk Management. Reserve Analysis is a tool and technique, while Contingency Reserve and Management Reserve are part of the project's cost structure. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with Contingency Reserve. Contingency Reserve is money set aside for known risks, the ones you have already identified. These types of risk are often called known unknowns. Key points to remember. 1. The contingency reserve is part of the cost baseline too. The project manager has the authority to use this money without the need to ask senior management for permission because this reserve is already included in the cost baseline. And 3. It is used when one of the identified risks actually happens. In short, Contingency reserve is your planned cushion for risks you already know about. Now, let's talk about management reserve. Management reserve is money set aside for unknown risks, the ones you did not identify in advance. Key points to remember. 1. It is not part of the cost baseline. 2. Senior management controls it. And 3. The project manager must get approval before using it. In short, management reserve is the extra money held for unexpected situations that were never planned for. Finally, let's look at reserve analysis. Reserve analysis is the technique used to figure out how much contingency reserve and management reserve the project needs. It looks at the risks and uncertainty in the project to determine the right amount of money to set aside. Key points to remember. It is a tool and technique used in both cost management and risk management, and it is utilized to determine the size of both contingency and management reserves. Let's quickly summarize what we covered. 1. Contingency reserve is money set aside for risks you have already identified. It is part of the cost baseline and controlled by the project manager. 2. Management reserve is money set aside for unknown risks. It is not part of the cost baseline and is controlled by senior management. And finally, 3. Reserve analysis, a tool and technique used to decide how much extra time or money should be set aside for known risks, such as those in the contingency reserve, and unknown risks, like those in the management reserve. Remember, contingency is for the risks you know about. Management is for the ones you don't. Reserve analysis is how you figure out how much of each you need. That's it for today's lesson on contingency reserve, management reserve, and reserve analysis. If you found this video helpful, check out our other videos for more clear and simple PMP explanations. As always, the more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. Thanks for watching. See you next lesson.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. See you next lesson.